Hello, Dipali this side. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Hello,
Yeah.
Dipali. Uh, can we start?
Yeah, sure. I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
You can see my screen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. Last session we discussed on how to make profile, general setting, all this type of standard values inbound. Now today we discuss about store setting and main configuration is task setting. Like which task we are going to use. Like these are called tasks, bond, UMS, tab. These are different tasks. So how we can use this in configuration for card. So I think yesterday you can remember a little bit like we created a profile, this profile under that profile you maintain it's your choice inbound or check profile or security profile. Okay. So today we discuss about store setting.
Okay.
So what is store setting? The store generally is like where pause like sales, purchase, return, anything is happening. That is called store. Every retailer have a store, or maybe there are different multi-channel. For multi-channel, like mobile shopping or online shopping. For that, we have to configure after this configuration, after pause DTA configuration, we will discuss about multi-channel. But now we are discuss about pause DTA. So if you have a store, you have to first maintain its configuration under store, and in multi-channel you can assign like store one, store M1, M2. You have to give the name like that. So in multi-channel, you have to assign like you have a store M1 and it is for web, M2 it is for mobile shopping. So for different multi-channel, you have to give the detail and description sales area in next step after pause DTA configuration. So today we discuss store configuration. Now if you have where what is store class, you can see store class, store group. Before that, into going that, you have to directly go to define store setting. So here you have to give your store name, and this name is same like your ECC system, POS system. These are the same. Okay. So you can give any name like a store, whatever I'm giving here. I'm taking STR1, so and STR2. But before that, you have to assign that store to your profile. This is the importance of profile creation. Each and every configuration you have to assign under your profile. So you can see store one is assigned to your profile, our profile, whatever we created, Y001. Store two, the same. So this two store I'm creating here, and this name str1 2, whatever the name I'm giving here, it is same like your ECC and POS, PI, whatever system you are going to use in your landscape, you have to give the name, same name, else it will be failed into your card system. When properly data process start, then it will be failed, then you have to correct this one. So now this one is done. You have to assign store setting. Now what is the importance of store class, store group? Like you have a,
Excuse me.
yeah.
May I ask one question? Can we go back to store settings?
This one.
What does it
This
mean?
one.
Alternative profile. What is it? Alternative column to the right.
Yeah,
we
for
see.
the yeah, for
Yes,
this
yes,
one,
yes.
yeah, this one alternate profile, like if you want to assign this store to any other alternate profile, like you have a two profile here, like in your configuration, you are creating voice 001 and you want same store you will use for any other profile also, whatever some other person is creating, and there is some requirement for this, like whenever sales data flow from this store, that profile also use. So you can use that alternate profile also. It's your choice, but generally we prefer only one profile per store, so that it will be easy to flow, data flow, and easy to, more than that, easy to monitoring. So we generally do that. And if you have any other POS system, there is a other profile you have created, someone other created, and you want the store value will be posted into that profile also, through that profile also to other ECC or any ECC. So you can assign this store one alternate profile. And here you can see, here I will show you. Next we also have to assign like a store class and all that will I will going to show you. But this is the use of alternate profile. You can say, if you want, you can use same store for any other profile also that is already created. For other POS system means there's a lot of POS system one organization are generally used. So if you are configure this one for one POS system, and other one is created another profile for any other POS system, then you can assign the same store for different profile. So it's your choice, and more than that, it will be a requirement. If there is no use, like a store one data will be posted into other profile, through other profile, and then you want to monitoring the data through other profile. So if there is that type of requirement, then you have to assign alternate profile. But generally, we prefer for one profile, a group of store, then again profile, but it's based on requirement. If there is any requirement, then you can assign this one here.
Okay, okay, understood.
Now you can see store class and store group. When you are going to use a store class and store group, like here we define two store, but in general lot of store 5, 10, 20, whatever. You can see store one is in your Australia, and store two is in India. Okay, so how you compare, how you calculate different store in different country. A retailer have a different countries wise store, all over the world store. You can take any retail example, organization example, like Walmart, like Adidas, like any other. So if they have a different country wise store, so how we manage this? So we have to manage this through store class and store group. So what is that? First, we are going to create a store class, and then we are create a group using that store class. Now, what is that? I'm just opening like a group of store. We have a 5 store. Store 1, store 2 is in UK, and store 3, store 5 is in US. So you can group this store under store group, but before that you have to create a store class. Class will contain store group. So you can give any name. It's as per standard configuration, as per your understanding. Store class, I am giving here class 1 for store. Yeah, so I'm creating a class, and under that class store group will be assigned. So store group. If you go to store group, you have to create the store group. Like I'm creating a group here for reference store. If you F4 here, you can select your store, which store under your group one, like which store you like to choose. Here I'm defining only one store, so I'm choosing store one. But if you want many store, if you have many store, you can create many one. Now you can select again a description. This is the important thing, so that you can understand, like this is for your store, so it will be easy for you to understand through description. Now you are going to create another group, and under that group you are assign that group to UK store. So these are different country store. You are created this store and assign that store under your store group. Now save this one. Now if you go back, you can see in define store setting, again you have to go here. You can see store class. Here we created from a, yes, here we created store class for store 1 and store 2, and under that you can see, just save this. So we are done with our store group and store class. And now this store, when data is coming, like from str, if you go to the when data is coming from your store 1, you can analyze like store 1 data. You can monitoring store 1 data. You can create reports using the store 1 data using HANA views. And like which store I'm just want to try to tell you, like using this two store from different country, we can we can compare this two country data. For store 1 data, it is UK store and US store. Which country store sells good, which country sells less, which product is sells high, which product is sell less. So we can generate this type of data using mobile app, using first of all the data is in your CAR system. Now you want to create application, you want to create a report, so that it is clear you to, from the senior level to sorry, for the junior level to that your extreme senior level, every view will be clear for different country wise store. So you can like a retailer can understand which country or product sells good, so that they will analyze, they can increase the sells low, they can increase the low sale also. So using this one we can like compare the store wise data, and we can create anything. This is the use of multiple like country wise store. If you have multiple country wise store, then you have to configure here. But one more thing, if you don't have country wide worldwide store, you have only one country wise store, like you can say only Australia you have a store, then no need to create store class or store group. You just go here. So just go here and mention your store. If you have only one country wise, no need to create store class, store group. But
excuse me, so it's, as I understood, it's not necessary to create store classes and store groups if you have, for example, only one store.
And
am I right?
Not only it's not depend on the only one or two store, it's depend on country.
No, I mean, do we obviously need to create such objects as store classes and store groups. Maybe we need to create only one store and that's all, without any store classes and store groups.
Right. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this is the use of that one. Just store settings. You have to like importance of store setting is this. Remember, like different country wise, then you have to configure your store settings, store class, store group, and part store. You have to assign like each and every group, and you have to create only one class, and then you have to assign on that. So this is the use of store setting. So when data flow starting, like now you don't know. One more thing you don't know, like store one is web or store two is mobile store or working store. You don't have the idea. Now CAR have give us the privilege to give the like configure the detail, like in next step means after POSDTA configuration we can use this store one as a, you can say, wave or store two as a working store, whatever. It's after configuration POSDTA. But if you don't have any multi-channel, no need to configure. You can configure here only working, only one store, like working store, whatever a customer go in a big mall or shop, then they can buy, purchase, whatever. So that type of scenario, then you have to configure here only. No need to use other configuration. So this is the stores setting. Generally, we configure for that use. So it is done. I think it's clear for you.
Yes.
No. Okay. Then we can move to next. You can say task. Now, what is task? If you open, there is a one-step task and there is a two-step task. Generally, we only one, like either you have to use one step or you have to use two step. What is that? Open this one. Yesterday session I told you WPU bond used for non-aggregation cells. Tab or UMS used for aggregation cells. Now what is that? When we use, if you want to use non-aggregation cell, then you have to use one-step processing. Like you can use WPU bond, non-aggregation, and also as well as you want to use aggregation cells also, then you have to use one step, because in two step there is a no, like you can't configure for WPU bond for non-aggregation cells. For two step, all will be aggregated cells. So if you have any requirement for non-aggregation for single transaction, then you have to use WPU bond. And not only WPU bond, you have to go, if there is no use of non-aggregation, then you have to use two steps profile processing. Now, what is that? If you open your, yeah.
May I ask one question? If we don't need aggregation, we need, for example, just non-aggregated data, we can use one-step processing, yes?
Right.
And when do we use two-step processing? When we need aggregates, or when we need both data?
No. For two step, only aggregation, and one step, yeah. For one step, non-aggregation as well as aggregation cells.
Okay. And two steps, only aggregated data, yes?
Only aggregated data. There is no chance to configure non-aggregated data. So you have to, if generally it's depend on customer requirement, you are use one step or two step, and also like your compute, how you compute with one step and two step. So generally we doing this, like if you ask me which I am using, so some customer requirement was there, like whenever sales is posting, immediately it will be posted into ECC system. There is no need of aggregation there as per their requirement. Also for working store, sorry, you can say non-registered customer, they want it will be posted immediately and non-aggregation, and it will be create one. So for that I'm using one step, and other customer is fine with aggregation cell, only they don't want single transaction per day, whenever it is posted or it will be posted in ECC. So for that one, I am created two steps, but you can say there is a both are same use, only different uses. You can't process non-aggregated data using two steps. So if you have that type of scenario, you can go with one step. Now, what is that? What is first? I will show you one step. And one more thing, only one step, like one step or two step. Only one type of configuration we generally use per profile. If you are using Z001 for one step, then sorry, Y001 for one step, then you have to again you have another scenario, but another customer for the same card system, and they want or another POS system, they want a two-step like all aggregation cells. So you have to create another profile and then you have to assign here. So generally we're doing that. Now, what is that? What is the use of one step and two step? Two step we will talk later. Before we are going with one step. And what is that? Go define task. Directly go to define task, and you have to mention the task. You can see there is a different task provided by SAP. You have to use this one as a standard. Sorry, like you can see 0010 is for WPU bond, 0011, and mention here task code. You have to remember like when it is processed and it will be created a task WPU bond, and inside you can see 0010. It will show you like this task is created. So all these are standard. When we create for our profile, you have to mention this task code for your profile. This is a standard profile 001, but you have to mention all these tasks for your profile. Now, are you going to use all this task code? No, it is depend on requirement as per your customer requirement, as per your requirement. What is that? This is the mandatory. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Like FIB for finance type of data. UMS and tab is for, you can see the this one UMS and tab, this one for aggregation sales. Bond is for non-aggregated sale. WBW for goods movement. So your requirement, this type of IDOC will be created here. Here means in card system as well as in your ECC system. So this is your, you can say, depend on your requirement. Like you want to use only sales data, no goods movement or finance data, then you have to create, configure this two type like bond, tab, or UMS. This is for sales generally, sales transaction. And in below you can see there is a lot of like if you have a credit card in your scenario, then you can use this one. If sorry, if you have a DDA, if you are going to use DDF module, then you have to use this one. Why you have to use this one? In future when you are going to configure DDF module, I will show you. Then we have to come back in POS DTA and you have to configure this one 0050. You can see transaction balancing. What is that? I already told you. If there is any transaction mismatch between 1, 2, and 3 is missing, then you have to configure transaction balancing. If you are going to use hybrid marketing with CAR, then you have to activate this task. You have to assign this task. So basically, process is same. Sort or over balancing already we discussed, like in when we are creating profile, like if 20 is sort or 20 is extra. Then you have to activate this one. So all these are depend on your lots of standard thing here given. You have to choose as per your requirement. What is that? And you can use this one. If you are going to use duplicacy check, then you have to activate this one. And also not do for duplicacy, there is a baddie you can activate under configuration. Now I will show you the mandatory part first. Right? Mandatory means data flow from card to ECC. How data will be flow? From which task code data will be flow from card to your SAP retail or FMS system. So this is our generally our motive. First motive is like that, from your card to retail or FMS data will be posted. So which task we have to use for that. Then other you can use, maybe there is heavies or not, maybe there is a no use of DDF module, maybe you don't want to use sort and overbalance it. This is the second option. But first and mandatory option I'm going to show you first. Just go, I'm just back so that it will be just go and choose select a WPU bond and copy this so that our time will be saved, and generally we also doing this in real time. Copy this and you can see everything here. I will tell you one by one what is that, and assign our task Y001 this one to our profile. This is the code 0010 for WPU bond creation, and whenever your data is coming, it will be posted immediately or whatever your choice, but single transaction, no aggregation. Open that.
Excuse me. So when we are copying standard task, we change only profile type, and everything we leave the same. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Are same. Else are same. Now here you can see no processing. I'm just going to just tell you. But if you open this, you can see there is a other option also. If you why it is no processing means there is no use of that task, because it was for standard task and it was like inactive mode. Now you have to active it. Now you can see there's a 3 task process type. Now, first I'm going to tell you manual processing. Manual means generally in date system we are doing doing this type of manual processing, like your transaction is in your card system, like a positive workbench. Now you are just going to select that data and execute. It will be create bond here as well as in your ECC system. So I am just want to tell you it is a manual process. You have to select that one, and that it will be execute that transaction data, the sales data that come from your PI to your card system. You have to select that one. You have to execute manually. So that if there is any error, you can check. In dev system, we are doing generally manual processing, so that we can analyze like everything is okay or not. So this type of manual processing is work when you are in dev, or as well as QA also, because it's also a testing environment, or you can see. But generally we in dev we are doing that. When it's everything is fine, then we are going to like choice, customer choice. Then what is immediate processing? Immediate means whenever transaction, a sale transaction posted into your card system, it will be immediately processed into your ECC system. There is no need to create manual process. Like there is no need of your manual process. Like you have to select that task. You have to not transaction data. Then manually you have to press F8. Generally we know F8 use of SAP World. So there is no use of manual process. It will be posted immediately whenever PI puts that data to car system. It will be posted immediately to your ECC system. There is no time gap, no time lag, nothing, unless or until if any error is there, then it will be failed. in your CAR system. Now, collective processing. Collecting means you set a background job, and background job like trigger as per your choice, as per day end or midnight or morning, early morning, whatever your choice. And that background job will be posted all the transaction data into your ECC system through that background job. There's a standard program. We generally use that one to process all the data. So it is the use of collective, when you are going to use collective processing, where there is a need of background job. You don't want immediate process. You want at the end of day all the data will be posted into your ECC system. So you are use collective processing. It is a choice. So we are in testing. I'm selecting manual processing because we want to manual process and all. Else you can see there is a no other thing you have to edit or anything. I'm just save, and then I will tell you other field what is that. So I'm just enter and it is saved. I'm again go back here. Now we can see here our task 0010 is created, again Y001 our profile. Now I'm going back to that one area. Next you can see task priority. What is that? Like you want first WPU bond will be processed. This one will be processed. Then other tasks will be processed like tab or UMS or finance or any other movement will be happen after this task processing. Then you can give number 1 for first priority, number 2 for second, third, whatever. Any, if you want it will be last, then you can give 3 among the other priority, but you have to maintain for other task code also. For UMS and tab, you also have to mention there also task priority like first or second, then it will be picked. But generally in real time we don't do anything, we leave it blank because we don't prefer in task priority. But if there is a requirement, if there is a need of task priority, you can do that here, mention here. And you can see like there is the option start condition. We prefer no check. Task condition means when this task will be started. If you can see other option, if only process if relevant transaction exit. Relevant means like any other bond is in here, like this is not, you have a third 1 2 3 1 2 3 bond transaction in your system. You want like one will be first transaction, sorry, last transaction will be processed. Unless or until 1 or 2 will be processed, then it will be processed bond transaction. So you can choose this one, like if relevant any transaction exists, then it will be triggered. And also what is that relevant item exit, like for each and every transaction we know there's a header option, and in line item there's a like a lot of line item maybe there for transaction 1 2 3 4. We know what is line item and header. If you want to give any line item priority, like third line item of transaction 1 have 3 line item. Okay, so 3 items. So you want like third item will be processed, then other 2 item will be processed. If you have this type of any requirement, then you can give, but we generally don't do this because it will be create more complexion. Because when transaction posted into your CAR, it will contain, it's not like 1 2 3 data, it will be maybe 10,000 or 20,000 data. And if you select this type of priority, then like for processing, like for you can say monitoring, it's so tough. If there is any issue, like you have to go, okay, why this is fail, if any transaction fail, then you have to go line by line item, then you have to go transaction by transaction. So we prefer here no check in real time. I'm telling about you. real-time scenario, we prefer as a no check. Whatever transaction coming, it will be posted as per here configuration, manual or background job or immediate. We prefer this one, so that any other, yeah. Okay, so now you can see check. What is that? Check is
Uh,
check for.
Excuse me, what does it mean? No reversal required in
Yeah,
the higher block.
yeah, yeah. I forgot to tell you. No reversal required is like some transaction is need to sometime what happened, there is a mismatch of sales data. Mismatch means you have 20 cells in your 120 cell in your card system, but there is a total amount is mismatch in your ECC system. Maybe data is failed, maybe some any other issue, connection, you are in upgrade mode of HANA, you are in some connection fail, your store was something happened, so there's you lost some transaction. I don't know the reason, maybe some reason, but data is mismatched with POS, card, and ECC system. Now what happened for POS and card? It's fine. Okay. Now you want you can see card and ECC data is huge mismatch. So you have to go if there is any like reversal mean, you have to go back, you have to go to part transaction and you have to cancel that one. When you cancel this transaction here in your system, card system, it will be immediately reflect into your ECC system. It will be show you that this task is cancelled, this data is cancelled. So you can see this type of reversal process if there is a mismatch. If you want a mismatch of transaction data or sorry, sales amount, mismatch of you can say uh, goods movements or anything, then you can cancel that transaction, and you have to go to that transaction by transaction, or you can select group of transactions, select, you have an option, you want to cancel, you want to remove, so you have to cancel this transaction here, and it will be reflected into your ECC system. If you don't want to use this one, if you don't want to use this type of reversal process, we generally use reversal process in PRD, because if there is this type of issue, so you have to cancel your transaction in your card through ECC. So if you want to if you don't want any reversal from your card to ECC, then you have to choose this one, no reversal. But we generally don't select this one. Why? Because maybe there is some issue of sales or goods movement of finance data, then you have to cancel, you have to go to manually and cancel that data, because we have the transaction key, we know which transaction data. You have a 10,000 transaction, then how do you know? We know using the transaction key. We have the transaction key, and we have the date, we have the posting date, we have the store detail. So we can, if there is an issue in ECC, we can check that one, and also we can cancel this one. And again, when we cancel this one, it will be cancelled into your ECC system. Then you can process fresh transaction from your ECC POS to card, or you can here from here you can create again ready transaction from card system, no need to a POS system. So generally we doing this type of tasks using the reversal when required. If you check this, you can't do this type of task. So we generally prefer it, leave it blank. I'm giving you an
Uh,
example. Yeah.
so, if I understand correctly, reversal means such an like a synchronization between car system and ECC system.
Right,
Is it so?
right. Yeah, yeah,
So, when we check this no reversal, we switch off this synchronization. Yes, and
right,
we
right.
should synchronize it manually. Uh,
Right, right, right.
okay,
Manually, you have
okay.
to go in ECC, then you have to manually check this one. But we prefer reversal required, so we don't check this one.
Okay, okay, understood.
Yeah. Now you can see checks, and I'm giving you a real-time example. I'm just like to tell you. In my one of my customer, I implement card system. It's goes fine, and after 6 months, sorry, post DM system, and it was fine. And after 6 months, they want migration for post DM to card system. It is also possible migration. So what happened? First, they have to everything is fine in place, but data also we need to transfer from POSDM to car table. From whatever last 1 year or 6 month data, you have also have to replicate that data also. The database I just going to tell you. So what happened? Meanwhile, lot of mismatch happening in the previous data. So what happened? We have to use this reversal process in car, and then we like it helps us a lot to save our time and save our manual process, because it was a 6 month data, so it's tough to go manually one by one transaction in ECC and then do that. So it was a tough. It's fine for us. Like we don't select this one, so we can easily did this one, this process, and everything was in place. Everything was fine. So this is, you can say, the use of real time. Just want to say you. So now is you can say check. What is that? Rule code. What is rule code? If you F4, there is a here you can see there is a 5 type of rule code. And if you select this one, like balance check, sales audit, check balancing, total transaction, overall short balancing, I'm just select this one. I would like to see there's a scenario. This one, I select this one rule. Now what is that? Rule means first this check will be happen, then other checks. You have another checks also, like you have created credit card check, you have created duplicacy check, total balancing check, whatever other four is in place. But when you select this one, like 5-1, so you want system to check first this rule, then you can go other rule. Okay, so this is the use of rule. It is also depend on your requirement. If there is no requirement, like any priority, you can say there is no priority, simultaneously all will check will be happen, then no need to select this one. So this is the use of rule code. Like you give the priority of rule, so you can check this one.
So if I understand you correctly, all 5 types of checks will be performed, but first first rule will be performed from this code. Yes.
Yes, it will be
If we,
performed first, then other.
Mhm.
So this is the use of rule code. If you go back, you can yes. Here you can see define rules. You can create your own rule also. Here, if you would like to any other rule, you can only 5 is standard. You want any other rule as per here. You can see there is a if you go to task, you can see other one also happen. There's a lot of here task also. A task basically rule, you can say 5 rule is there, and you can see you have to activate that. If you are going to use 5 rule, then you have to activate this one also, like credit card you are going to use, then you have to activate this one. Activate means you just copy this as on your profile, and whatever changes I'm telling you for that WPU bond, it will be same changes will be happen here. So here also you like to create any other one, like you want hybrid marketing will be used as a rule. So you can go back and you can create this one here, define rules. Here you can new entries, then you can create. But we generally prefer whatever 5 rules SAP provide. We generally like to go with this one, but it's depend on requirement. If you have any like other rules, then you can use this one. Now again I am going to our task. Our task is still not finished. Born. Now body. What is that? Filter for precondition body. If you F4 here, you can see these are the body. And what is that? If you are going to use duplicate transaction number check, then you have to select this one here. And also in outside, you have to select that one also, like in task, I show you the duplicacy check. So you have to select this one also. Yeah, you have a query? So here you can see it's a baddie. A baddie means it's not like a ABAP type baddie. We call this a baddie to use different tasks. Here you can see for different tasks. If you like to use receipt numbers without gap, you can use 002. It's depend on your requirement, but it's not mandatory. To use all this stuff, it's not mandatory. But if you are going to use duplicacy, then you have to use here duplicacy check. If you are going to use receipt number, you have to use this one gap. So this is based on requirement. Filter baddie. Now check profile. Check profile. If you appear here, we can see all the check profile. It's our check profile we already created, and it's your choice. You can use this one also, or you can use your standard one also. When you assign check profile here, then system checks your all type of check profile, like EN number, store, your other like article, or your that type of task code. For 10, you can see 10 when WPU bond will be created, system background from background system will be checked your standard like check your master data. Master data means check profile generally check the master data, nothing else. Is check the master data from your HANA views. So when you assign this one, now bond is ready for check profile use, and it is ready for master data use. If you remove this, then it will be not check your any type of master data. So you can use standard one also, because both are same. There is a no like both a standard one or your whatever you created. You can use any one. Okay.
One question about filters for body. If we leave this field blank, we don't use any filters. Yes.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You are not going to use any filter if you leave it blank. But if you go back here, you have to activate other one also in task. If you are going to use any body like duplicate transaction. And one more thing I want to like tell you, if you are going to use duplicacy check as well as check receipt number without gap. And if you go back first here, you both you have to activate here and assign to your profile. Then here, sorry, under here task, if you go back to your profile, you can see here also this two is using check for receipt number without gap and check for duplicate transaction with duplicate transaction number. Now if you are using both two, then which one you are going to use? Then you have to use here 001. It will be work simultaneously, and as well as this one also use, because what happened for if you are going to use this two, or you are going to use all these four, then which filter body you are assigned here, same you have to assign this one, because when we are going to use all four filter body, then duplicate checks will not work properly. So here you have to assign this, it is mandatory to assign this one 004. Yes, other one is working fine, you don't have any issue. Check receipt number with that gap, inventory management, and other one will be work fine, because you already back, you already activate this transaction, this task code, so it will work fine. But you have to mention for duplicacy check, else system will give you dump. If you are going to if you activate all four And I'm giving a real-time scenario from knowledge from a real-time scenario. That's why even I don't know when I first time I going to use car system, POS DT system. I don't know why, how it's configured. So I leave it as a blank, and I'm happily using all these four type of daddy. So because I already activate all these four in background task. Now system giving dump, starting dump, and I don't know what is that. Then I raise a ticket to SAP, and they told like you have to assign here your duplicacy checks. For that check, here it shows me dump. So this is the use of four. If you are going to use four check, else if you leave it blank, it doesn't like any check will be happen unless and until you have activate it there. So it's depend on your requirement if you are going to use four checks, four baddie, or you want to like to use only one. It's your requirement fully.
Um,
Okay.
one more question. And if we need to perform, for example, 3 checks, we need to create 3 different tasks. Uh,
Sorry, three checks.
um, for example,
Yeah, 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 yeah. For that, you have to activate all these three checks. 1, 2, 3 are going to use that body. Then you have to activate the task in whatever I show you in background here. You activate that one. Like if you go back, if you go here, you can find a duplicacy check balancing total transaction, as well as you are going to use duplicacy here. Here where I consider, yeah, this one. So this one and this one. If you are going to use to both, then you can, yeah, you have to activate here. What happened? It's finally give you a message like your duplicate checks fail, your receipt number gap fail. You this type of message you will get finally. So here you can see here when you open this, here you can see this one is already mentioned. Go back.
yes, yes.
Yeah. If you go back, open this one is already mentioned. So when you mention this one, so the for your profile is checks this type of checks. Now your profile is ready for you this type of checks. Okay.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to here, this here. Now checks is done. Now I want to see control. I want to tell you what is control. All this type of control, and before going to each and every one by one, I would like to tell you whatever the value here maintain. It is standard, and you have to use this one. You are not allowed to change this one unless or until if there is any, you can say any other requirement, or but no, there's I would like to tell you, if you change this one, then it will be give you any other issue, because all this is standard. You have to maintain this one, remember this one. There is no, when you copy this one, you have to maintain this one. What is that? Filter for body task. If you F4 here, you can see for each and every task it is mentioned, for each and every task here, whatever in back we show like for each and every one we are creating here for 10 for bond. So you have to, we are going to use create idoc bond. If you select 001 create idoc wbw, then system it will not create any bond, neither a bond nor a wbw, because here you mention task code 10, and on the task code you maintain your baddie checks, filter for baddie checks 11 for check the wpu bond idoc, sorry, wbw idoc. So you don't allow to create any idocs. So it's mandatory. You have to use this code, and it is standard. Remember this one. Now, code for aggregation method. What is that? If you F4 here, generally we check the posting using the posting means when your POS system push the data to your CAR system, we check the post of the data into your CAR system using the posting date. you can change this if there is a requirement, like you want to check, or you want to group, you want to aggregate using material, using any other type of, there's a lot of thing. So you can change this. But for WPU bond, remember is WPU bond, we prefer grouping by posting date. We'll check WPU bond for grouping by posting date, and it is standard. And we like to go with standard, so that any further issue or incoming, you don't have to face any issue. So you are going with this one when your task code is 10. Now, parameter group, what is that? This is also mentioned for different tasks, different. And what is that parameter group? You can say this is the parameter for our WPU bond IDOC. So this is the like a standard like a standard code 0010, and this is maintained for WPU bond transaction. So you have to use this one when you are going to use 10 WPU bond. Now you can see, so here you no need to change anything. You just have to mention the standard, go with the standard one. No need to change anything. So I'm just telling you the use of this one. So next is void item in processing. What is that? If you drop here you can see accept voided item as they are. What is that? If you select this one, filter out voided item. Like you have a transaction one, okay, here. So transaction have 3 line item 1 2 3. Number 3 light item don't have any data, it's void. This don't have any data, it's void. It just give you the number 10 sorry 3 item number, it is a 3 item number, and under that item you can't see any data. If this type of scenario happen in your car system, like a void item is in your car system, so you want to filter the void items so that no void item, void means blank, void item will be posted into your ECC system. So we would like to prefer with standard one, filter the void item, like discard the void item, and then posted the line item with proper data. We generally go with that, filter that item. And if you choose this one, accept voided item, whatever they are, then you also posted the void item into your ECC system. But when you choose this one, void item, then it will not allow car system to push the void line item, or you can see the next step. I will tell you the transaction also. Here for item, void item will be checked and not posted. Here you can see same with transaction.
May I ask one question?
Sure.
May we leave this fields blank? Filter for out void items and filter out voided transactions. Is it possible to leave it blank, or
no, it is not possible to leave it. You have to select.
Okay.
No, you have
because
to select
I see a blank blank variant of yes.
No,
yes.
it will not allow you. Yeah,
okay.
It will not.
Thank you.
Okay. So you have to select. If you select this one, it will accept first one.
Okay,
so,
understood.
Yeah, here you can see there is a blank area. So you thought like maybe we can leave it. If you select this one, it will choose first one, like filter out voided item. So it must be fulfilled with any type of whatever you want, but it's filtered the void item and it will be posted into your ECC system. Now same with transaction. Like here you can see this is one transaction with 3 line item, and this is a if transaction have no proper information, like no header data as well as transaction data, void is there, no line item, no header, but it will be posted only based on transaction key and stored. Then you can fail this one, not only fail, it can check this one and it will stop posting into ECC. So this type of, and same like it has like accepted whatever void transaction you have, and you will like to post it into ECC. But there is no use of generally in voided transaction or item, because it will just create a IDOC in your ECC. There is no data properly. There is nothing, so it generate a IDOC, nothing else, no use. So we just generally prefer filter out voided transaction. We prefer this one. Okay.
Okay, understand.
Yeah. So next is, you can say, processing or performance. What is that? Number of line item. Even I'm not sure. I'm just taking a like a thought, and that I'm going to tell you, because we generally don't go with this one. So it's a like thought using the card system. It's my thought as per analysis the system, because we generally don't do it, go with this one. So number of item, like if you prefer use item means transaction here, like you have 3 transaction, you want like only 3 transaction will be here. Item means not line item, it here item means transaction, no line item. Transaction means have a header and line item. There is always a header and maybe line item, depend on the like data. Lot of line item, 5 6 7 8, you don't know the line item limit. So here item means a full transaction, header plus item. So if you mention here like only 5 transaction, obviously it will be huge when we are in real time. So I'm taking it's 500 transaction, sorry, 500 transaction will be processing. Then again other transaction will be processing. But this is for, remember, this is for bond, this one. This task is not for total. At the end of day, you have a 10,000 transaction. Under 10,000, you have 5,000 WPU bond. Okay, so system checks first 500 bond will be processed. Then because of performance, creating the performance of the system, then it will be clear when all the 500 transaction posted from your card to your ECC. Then again 500 coming in picture, then again 5,000, then again 5,000. And on that moment, the database logical unit means like you will logical unit means like we already discussed, like when it's your choice, when 5,000 is posting, so on that time database is locked, no other process is possible for WPU bond, only 5,000 will be processed, then other 5,000 is in scenario. But if you don't like you can choose like all of the data will be processed one when there's no system will not log background, it will be prepare started, then you can leave it as like commit work for each processing package. As per package, whatever mentioned here is a standard package, so you can use this one also, or commit work only at the end of processing. So when 500 process done, then it will be commit, then it will be updated the database, then again 500 come, like 500 per 500 data. So it's depend on your requirement, but as a standard we leave it as blank, and also it's we take it's a standard. And external call, sorry, it's maybe always be unchecked, and I'm not sure about that. I'll sure first from my side, then I'll tell you, because we generally don't know what is, generally don't use this field, what is external call. Maybe it will be, if you check, maybe it will be trigger some other something else, like other transaction or something else, don't know, maybe to increase that performance, because performance increase and everything will be the use of basis data. So I'm not sure on that, I'm sure on this two one, so I'm telling you, but I'm not sure what is the this checkbox external call. I'll sure first my side, then I will tell you. What is that?
Okay. Do we have F1 help if we
Yeah, we
check
can do
this?
that. Let me check.
Does one F1 help works here?
Yeah, yeah, here. Processing the task involved an external call. Yeah, you can see that when you are processing the task, an external function is caller, for example, an RFC or an operation that is not protected by the POS transaction concept. In this case, before the processing body is called, the processing package is flagged as open and a commit work is carried out. If the external function is cancelled, you can use this status to show the processing was not completed. Okay, for performance reasons, do not set this flag if the entire processing of the task is protected by the SAP POS transaction concept. Obviously, we are using SAP POS transaction concept, right? Maybe I think it's for some other purpose, like some other RFC connection, maybe hybrids or something like that. I'm not sure on that.
So
Okay.
generally we leave this blank. Yes.
Yes, right. Because we are dealing with the POS data here, so leave it. Prefer to leave it blank. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Here in down, if you go, you can see additional settings. Type of event. Do not trigger any event. Here, what is that? Task person complete after each logical events means we also like prefer do not trigger event. Here, let me use the F1 event specifies how often, which steps the events are triggered, and we don't know what is the event here. Let me read task. Okay, it's indicate the task. Like event means it's they want to like system wants to tell you this task 0010 for each event. It will be for each task it will be different. So do not trigger event when task processing is complete after each logical unit LUW. Like I think like if you are going to use the performance tab, then you have to use this one. Like when logical unit is complete, then it will be trigger. Then you have to configure here. When you are configure here, then you have to configure here additional setting. Baddie filter for events, same like if there is a baddie, so you can use job event for task processing, job event for store processing. What is that? You can see we already configured to store. If you would like to use job event for event for that task, we have to configure different job. Like there's one program and we have to configure that program using that we can't not configure, we have to set the background job for that program. So you have to mention as per store, as per task. When I will show you the on background job setup. So how it is triggered based on task processing. Task means 0010 11 12 13 or store processing. So if you prefer anyone, then you can select anyone. But when we mention the background job, we mention both one, like task and store both. We mention store 2, str1 str2 background job. We will mention this store as well as the all task 0010, then WPU bond 10 11 12 this task code. We prefer this one. Next is changeable if task not processed or cancel. Even I have to check this one. Let me F1. No, there's no given. Changeable if task not processed is also we generally prefer to use the standard one, default one, whatever SAP provide. So we are like to go with this. And what is the use of that? I'm not sure because you know F1 is not there, as well as there is no proper use of that. So we like to go with this one, the standard one. Now in memory analysis, here we are going to use HANA. So obviously in memory analysis already background already happened through database, but still we are leaving it blank because we no need to use this one, task cancellation tracking. If you want to track the person who cancel this task, this bond task, or who do any type of thing with this task cancellation, or I already told you this checkbox we have to checks like reversal required. So when we are going to use reversal, then you have to first cancel this task. So if you are want that track, so you can select this one, or if your data status relevant is when the transaction is posted into your CAR system, it will be fail, it will be success, it will be warning. So if you want to track this relevant task also, status also, then you can check this one. And there is a log table. I can remember the table name. I will tell you in next session. There is a table, log table. So it will in log table you can see the detail of the cancellation, the name of the username of the person who canceled the task, data status, like it's in green, red or yellow. So you can through log table you can check this type of log. But if you uncheck this, you can't track the log cancellation, who canceled the task and all. So but generally we prefer this one because in log table we always get the detail, but not the username. You can see I need to check is there is any username or not. So in log table it will be each and everything will be, you can see each and everything. If any cancellation happen, any process is happen, it is fail. But it's data status we can't see from log table. There is a table, another table. From there we are generally taking this type of data status and all.
And one more question about this two checkbox. Is it useful? Maybe this checkbox can be useful during the testing of our implementation. For example, when we implement our decision and we want to test it on the test system, quality assurance system, can this two checkbox be useful for us?
Yes, not only that one, you can go with any type of, like if you can check this one number of item in when you are in testing purpose. So that in development system you are you can check the system performance is huge or not. You can do this. It's depend on you. Obviously it will give you an idea, but in production we can't play, right? We can't play with any type of this. But in you are asking about two checkbox. Obviously in testing scenario it's give us an idea, if you cancel the task, who canceled the task, when, timing, which task. Bond is here. If you check this one, so from here you can see this task, only for this task, not for any other task. So obviously it will be helpful in testing scenario. If you are in testing client, you can change. If you have authorization, you can change this one in testing client, and you can test the scenario, and it will be helpful. But in production system, we prefer to leave it blank because there's a log table. It will create each and everything for you. It will contain each and every data. But for testing purpose, it will be good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I think for today we are done. And one more thing I would like to tell you. You can see next we will go with W tab. Okay, first we will configure sales transaction. So all fields are same. So in next session it will take little time because all of are same. Okay, and same field, nothing else. So and we will discuss on each and everything again. If you want to know any from any other field, so it will be take less time for fast configuration. It takes time. But for next, like first, then we configure this one and this one. These three are for
Okay.
sales. Okay, these three are for sales. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So see you in next session. Okay, for today,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So for today,
Goodbye.
we are done. Yeah, bye bye. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.